TPC and toy daddies, TPC and toy daddies.
Toy daddies unite, let's celebrate.
It's a beautiful day in Yimbonia, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hang on. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. What's going on? Oh, everything is all... I gotta bring this up a little bit. Woo! There we go. Ha! So that didn't go exactly as I planned. I had it all planned out in my head a little bit cleaner. And then the opening shot, I'm like, that wasn't supposed to happen. StreamYard is changing things around. But anyway, welcome to my channel. This is my Sunday night podcast where we get to talk about life and toys. Whew. It's 8:03. Do you know where your toys are? So hi, everybody. Now, if I sound a little different, I could adjust the gain. So based on Chewy's recommendation and just the frustration of that mic stand, until I get a better one, I'm going to be using, this is like what it came with. So, you know, when I get nice and close, I can sound nice and deep. But if I leave this here and crank the gain up, I'm going to need to know if I sound okay, because I'm hoping to obviously utilize my second camera. Woo, there we go. And maybe this will help. Maybe this will help if I sound okay. Do I need to be that close? Maybe not. So let's get to... Oh, I see the chat. Guys, I love you guys. All right. Cracking myself up. That's what it's all about, right? You got to make yourself laugh. I'm already sweating in this thing too, which is not a surprise because I sweat a lot and I sweat all over Maximum Spidey. So first things first, before we take our not mandated class attendance, I want to really quick show you this guy. So I did a ton of work. So let me just see, how am I sound? I'm seeing good. I'm good. All right. Excellent with the volume. So here's new Yimbonia. Again, another change in, you know, like what we're doing, or what I'm doing, I should say. Yeah, I'll just make that a little bigger. I'll keep myself in the corner. There we go. So I really love it. And I want to shout out 78 Points of Articulation, my friend, our community friend, our amazing dial maker out there. So his rooftop I did not buy, and I wish, you know, it was one of those that I wanted to, but I had other pieces, and so I just want to shout him out because it doesn't look like it, and it's not exact, but I did try to take his inspiration of the layout for how he has his to kind of use my own stuff, the stuff that I've already been buying. So what you're looking at is the Toy Blocks rooftop, the half a rooftop there. That one with the scorpion graffiti tag is from my Hot Toys Spidey. Behind that gargoyle is a Wall XD. I just have the one right now, but that's the one Wall XD. And then everything else, those other three buildings, are all my amazing friend Kevin, aka Lone Wolf Labs. So I'm super hyped because I did a reel. Again, I never pretend everybody sees what I post, but I did a reel kind of showing off some of the angles, and I think it's going to look really cool. I created a lot of depth, so I'm just fired up. And you can't see the full shot that's set up currently, but it is the NECA Batman and Robin kids facing off, and then I have Dark Knight Christian Bale Batman leaping to my Felix Toys Joker. So it's going to sit there probably for a week before I actually get to take a photo of it. But yeah, new streaming setup. I think it looks pretty cool. So I'm going to bring this back because I'm going to need my second camera. Man, StreamYard changed everything. Wow, this is way so close. This is... Here we go. They changed everything again. And I think it'll help, but... You know, they just changed stuff. I haven't had a chance to mess with it, so... That is that. All right, so let's see who's hanging out this evening. And this is good. This actually... It might stop me from... I don't want to say making out with my microphone, but like... feeling like it has to be up front. So this could actually, I'm excited. So what's going on, Grumps? How you doing, brother? I'm excited too. Like this whole thing, this is a like as I always tell you guys, Yimbonia is a judgment-free zone. I am not coming from any place. I always fully say like I am no one's boss. I am a parent to 2 children. Those are the only 2 human beings that I would like to truly listen to my quote-unquote sage wisdom and advice. Same thing with my students. Like I want them to be critical thinkers, so that's a different thing altogether. And like I said, like with this is like I just want to have a conversation about it, and it's something that I brought up a while back. I made a video on it, but God forbid anybody holds up a mirror and asks us to, you know, question our actions, because you know, I'm not going to cry about it, but nobody saw it, consider it, you know, like when you compare, and I don't like to do it, but it's not like it took off. So the conversation just kind of started and stopped. And, you know, I think it's worth revisiting in light of some recent events in the toy community this weekend. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get into it. What's going on, Ray Paz? How you doing, buddy? Nerd88 is in the house. Old Grumpy Nerd. Old Grumpy Nerd is our Citizen of the Month. So just a real quick plug for Yimbonia. So I just posted this week a channel members only video. And in it, I tried to explain how I'm going to be, you know, sharing my responsibilities with obviously my channel, but then also the Toy Pick community and the Toy Daddies. So one of the things that I'm doing monthly now is going to have a members-only State of Yimbonia address. So I just want to shout out Old Grumpy Nerd. He is our Citizen of the Month. So thank you so much for, again, your constant support, your hanging out, and just like everything. You're the best, man. So that's all. Just wanted to say that. Josh Brown's here. What's going on, Josh? Let's see. Rel Collects. Thank you. And again, thank you guys all for sharing out the news of the stream. That is always greatly appreciated. Omega 11 13. What's going on? J. Parks. That's great. Good. See, I know I talk loud. I'm probably talking louder than I need to at this point, but you know, we'll go with it. Tripping with Toys. What's going on? Happy Sunday. Let's see, man. Beast Boy, how you doing, buddy? Savage Saint, thank you for being here. Paul Morales, excellent. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, all right. So, where to begin? Oh man, I was trying so hard to get every last little thing set up for tonight. And the one thing I didn't was, what was the guy's name? What was his, do I have the search still? Yes, okay. So let's just jump into our main topic. Now, I don't know if you guys saw it. So channel members, I'm down to try something new tonight. This takes a whole lot of trust, because when I was looking up, and again, this was a very last second idea, and I thought it'd be really awesome considering the topic. And again, I'm not here to pass judgment if this is a good or bad thing. I want just to have a facilitated discussion. So I'm offering channel members right now a chance to call in during tonight's stream. So again, go check out my post real quick, maybe while you're listening, to see the details. But basically, it's just, if you're a channel member, you want to hit me up if you want to do a 5-minute call in. I'm going to keep it tight, but it'll be audio only. There's no pressure to be, you know, turn off your camera. This is just, I just want this to be a call in, and I want to test the waters with this with you guys. So that is the, you know, if this is exciting, if this is something that we want to pursue in the future, then there are ways, like I said, when I Googled it, to expand it. But at the end of the day, it is one of those things that takes a lot of trust, because, you know, what I noticed with in the quick research is that, at the end of the day, I am still responsible for what gets broadcast. So that's why there's a level of trust. And I respect you guys. I hope we have that mutual respect. But yeah, so that could be cool. So if at any point, I guess I have to keep Instagram open. I'll have to do that for sure. Let's get that going. You know what? Let me change this around. Sorry, everybody. Just a little technical stuff here and there. Oops. Almost there. Almost there. All right. Cap lives in the house. What's going on, dude? How are you? Thanks for being here, dude. So yeah, I'm going to try that out. It's just a thought. But it could be fun. So the other thing I wanted to bring up, because again, I post the stuff that I would like to talk. If it does well, great. If it doesn't, I learned from the stuff. Maybe it was in the presentation. So again, I'm not here to. I just know how it's statistically proven at this point that there are certain things that will take off, and sometimes self-reflection and self-improvement aren't exactly the thing that gets pushed. So that's all. Just throwing that out. I'm looking for it because I want to bring up some comments and of what was done there. I'm like totally. Where did I? My goodness. Boop 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 boop. There it is. Okay. Can I see comments? No, the subtitles. Comments. All right. Publish comments. Yes. Okay. Here we go. So this is, I'm going to show you this little thing real quick. Okay, so I made a video saying no more bootlegs. You guys, again, for those of you, I don't want to recap too hard, so just in case you happen to be new, I made a video 6 months ago. So it was 6 months ago where I purchased from AliExpress I knew it, a knockoff Reveltech Deadpool, the X-Force. So I knew going into it wasn't the real deal. And I got it. And it was after, it was being taken by storm around Instagram. And, for $20 or whatever it was, it's fine. It was very interesting how people were drooling on it. Because, again, it was some accounts that I had trusted in terms of their takes on stuff. And then once the disappointment set in, I started then having an existential crisis. Now, I'm an English teacher. This is what I do. I'm that guy. I've said it on here before. Do we ever really own anything? And I do consider those big questions about life. Not every second of my day, but I do contemplate those bigger questions. So I did start feeling pangs of guilt because, in the video, I explained how it I've talked to now so many toy makers and so many designers, and I just kept thinking about how they would feel about this, and I get it. With everything, especially now 6 months later, we are looking at a lot of uncertainty, especially in regards to pricing, not just of figures, but of life. I think the things that I'm worried about as a homeowner is just utilities and things like that. Cutting into just family budget. We're on a fixed budget. So yeah, there's a lot of that stuff. So knowing AliExpress is there is really wonderful to be hey, I can scratch a buying itch. I can get a little dopamine hit, get something that I know, again, is not going to be official or officially licensed. And this is just talking about the bootlegs, not even the third-party stuff. Again, it's a very, very gray area, and I usually try to avoid extremes of life in general. I just I try to live in the middle, I try to find compromises. I try to, ultimately make decisions to be a good person. And I don't know, I go in there. So I'm coming from a place of I own bootlegs. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not passing any judgment. So I just wanted to run through. So here are some of the comments that I had gotten. I like to spend my money to help you make decisions. Oh, that's this toy mirth, love it. Finn Cobb, I like the format. All right, so he was into that. 2 Min had said, I got the recent Arkham Yamaguchi Batman. His right arm joint is loose. I have I have 5 CT toys and it's fine. Crumps did not like serious email. Don't worry, that's not what this is. Marukubo said, get what you're saying, all valid points, but honestly, you get really bad one. A KO is a KO, if you will. Same thing happened to him. Thing fell apart. And I heard 2, both were garbage. Let's see. Some KOs is Rapid Hammer. Some KOs have been overtime, so it's been worth it. Across a handful of lines. It's sure one of the red one. So they can be okay. It's, others are trash. And then let's see. Of course, you got to watch for scammers, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. I've seen some good bootleg figures that I couldn't tell apart from the original, but for the most part, the usual bootlegs are always lacking in quality. You definitely get enjoyment out of some. The only actually used for bootlegs are for their accessories. And then, that was a really great point. This one broke my heart because I know Darius is the best, and he is a beacon in this community. I love everything that he does, and that I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm not turning heel or anything. But that's what and then I tried to stay away from more serious conversation, approaches. Ray Paz, our boy Ray, is I'm still going to check the Black Suit costume Spidey. I also get the Mayfex if and when they reissue. I want to see the difference. So, again, not all bootlegs are created equal. I didn't want to come, like I said, this is just this is all going to lead into, because this was a really great conversation. I mean, once again, I appreciate every single person that ever watches a second of my videos, and especially then takes the time to comment. Here we go. Old Grumpy Nerd. Mine started and stopped at the CT 2099 Spider-Man after a video from Kit Bash Customs. Okay, so we had Anthony on, and again, difference in opinion. That's okay. So we'll bring that down. And again, why does it... I like that a little bit better. All right. This is why I wanted to bring it up tonight. Because if you did not know, and this is just oh man, this is kind of a bummer, but stlcustom.collections. So this guy, you could see this work is just ridiculous. Now, not that's a good site, but I know from being around the same, again, no one, unless you start getting up there, are getting opportunities from companies to get paid to do our hobbies. STL, it has a Patreon, so again, has done a really great job of building up and a way to make income off of this Instagram account. And from what I understand, I want to say it's $50 to join for the month, but then you get something like 9 head sculpts. These head sculpts are crazy good. I actually sent one to Josh Brown. Of course, it was from December. Yeah, oh God, look at that. I mean, I know it's not me, but also it's kind of close when I grow my hair out a little bit. I don't know. So here, yeah, I sent these. Look at how good those look from the Ultimate, again, 40-year-old Pete. So incredible work. Well, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but the drama that I was seeing was that CT Toys took this dude's head sculpt for the Helverine. And the outroar I saw, and I think it is a rightful play. It's crummy, and a lot of the sentiments out there were, the Robin Hood idea, which again, it's well, you're not stealing from a big company. This is a small independent artist. So I guess this is the thing that I wanted to this is the connection my brain made. And it does now go to the bigger concept of life in general. And that's, where life in toys comes into play over here on this channel. The metaphor that I immediately was struck where is, if you're okay, for instance, and this is a big jump, but if you're okay with the suffering, for instance, or mistreatment of one group of people, what's not to say that then everyone is on the board at some point to be mistreated? That's the big, that was the big thing that I really wanted to throw out. That's a bigger life thing. So I'm trying to use toys as really the bigger idea. And it's not, again, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I just know that I am always here going to treat people with respect and kindness. Human rights in Yimbonia, that's not a negotiation, because we are in the year 2025 and we have the ability, the finances in the world, we have the means to end needless suffering. And I know we still choose to continue to do that. And it hurts me. And I want a brighter future for my children and for the students I have who will be the leaders one day. So yes, that's really the big point I wanted to make. Now, is this CT Toys is this that serious? Of course not. I'm using it as a metaphor. So bringing it back now down to toys. I bought the Rage when it first came out, the Wolverine, because ultimately the overwhelming sentiment was, it's toys, it's not that big a deal. So I went, okay, oh yeah, I'm like, again, I'm not trying to stand on any moral high ground. I'm asking a question. So I apologize now. I'm going to get back to our wonderful chat. I just wanted to kind of get those thoughts out, and then we'll go from there. So here we go. Let me see where we are with everything. Okay. So I was scrolling all over the place. So Sath is here. What's going on, dude? Man Beast Boy on the line with you, but tell me where you're from and what you could like. Dude, I'm serious. I gotta get my IG up. That was the other thing I was doing. Okay. Where is my account? So all right, I'm keeping an eye on it. You let me know if you end up sending me a request, or you could send a request here. Obviously, if you're a channel member, I know I should know who you are. So we should have a connection over on Instagram. But now let's actually, I want to hear from you guys. So whether it's in the chat or whether it's in a call-in, let's hear. So KJ, how you doing, man? And by the way, congrats to Highly Posable for launching Barely Posable. I love it. I love it. So keep it going, KJ. That's going to be tomorrow afternoon. Let's see if anyone has it. I'll be happy to print it. Oh, yes, I know. I need to track it down. I might hit him up and see like if I can, maybe just buy the license for it. That's close to Yimbonia. Right, thanks. All right. So maybe I should see. I'll hit him. I'll hit up STL and find out. He might tell me, like you missed the boat, and then I would respect that, because again, I'm not here to tell people what to do. Oh, Grumpy Nerd, those are great. But if you don't have a 3D printer, forget it. And that's where I am. Always go back to looking like you. I know, man. I'm sorry. Maybe get hit up and see. Yeah, maybe piecemeal, right? Highly Articulate in the house. What's going on, man? You're tired. There we go. Hug that like button. I like that. Thank you to my fellow Toy Daddy Chewy. How you doing, man? All right. Here's the thing. Okay. Highly Articulated. Theft is theft. I don't buy the Robin Hood thing because it normalizes theft and it becomes that much easier to tolerate stealing from the small guys too. That's ultimately, I guess, my thesis. And so I'm leaning in that direction. It's like AliExpress is full of other real toys and everything. So like it's tough, man. It's tough. Like, for instance, one of the things, and I haven't bought one, But I just saw that they have some like KO Mezco figures out there, and like one of them is Deadpool, and I snapped one of his katanas. I fixed it, but I just know it's there and it's just glued, and I'm like, well, if I get this $20, I could just take the katana. It's really all I need, $20 katana. But then I'm like perpetuating this cycle. So I haven't done that. Like I said, I got these Wolverines. We'll go from there. Does that STL guy have a license to? And now here's. See, it's a snowball effect. I don't know, and that's why I'm not pretending to have an answer. I literally don't know, guys, what to tell you. I'm not trying to say people buying them, like, I've bought them. I would like to consider myself a good person in terms of I try to do more good than knowingly do good than knowingly do wrong in a day, every day of my life. Try to help people over, or like consider other people instead of just, putting myself and my thoughts first. So then, yeah, like this does really it unboxes this entire big thing, because then we get into licensing, but then countries have different licensing and laws around that. And I'm going to be the first person to tell you that like laws don't make something moral, because there's been plenty of laws in the United States over the history of it that were immoral. Like you could do legal things that were not just terrible. So then, that brings into like when I'm thinking of third party toys and not having a license and yada yada. So it's tough. K-Mac. K-Mac, I appreciate it. Man, I'm sure you were too, dude. Like, again, I'm just asking the question. I think it's an important conversation to have. I didn't push the envelope before, but I guess just, in the way the world is going, I'm going to be louder about trying to question our actions and our thoughts. That's all. Not trying to, especially in the way we talk to each other. That's always going to be the biggest thing, is being able to have conversations like this and come together. That's clear about human rights. Droid rights are something different. You have to go, dude, my kids here's the best compliment I can, because I know you guys like to bust my chops, but my kids played with all of my droids, and it was not like throwing them to the wolves. Like, my kids are respectful. They're old enough now. They can play with my legends now. I just gave my daughter an Ahsoka Tano figure yesterday, because I gave my two nieces Star Wars figures. I gave my one niece the Armorer, and she, oh my God, her reasoning was the best. She's like, well, I really do like to make arts and crafts, and this woman here she's speaking to me as, I'm like, oh, dude, that's wonderful. And then I gave my other niece, her sister, Kona Reeves. So she got my Sasha Banks Mandalorian. So the two of them, my two nieces and my daughter yesterday, got to play Star Wars. And my daughter took Oscar. Oh my God. Ahsoka Tano. I don't know why I'm like, ugh. And yes, right, it's murky. That's the whole thing. It's murky. Man, Beast Boy, it's a personal choice. We can question and judge it, whatever. And right, that like for 5 years, all I've been doing on here is trying to remind people that, if you're not negatively impacting people, you want to be like, especially the toy, like, take your toys. Doesn't hurt anybody. This makes me so happy to pose and play and take pictures of toys. And again, I know that there are people out there that would be like, what? This guy, I don't care, because who am I hurting? The question then becomes, like, if it is like this did open up the door directly for a person to get hurt. Like, he's hurt right now. Ooh, yes, I love this. All right, I'm so excited. This is going to be so cool. So remember, this is going to be, we have here's a couple callers coming in. I love this. All right, so keeping it to, like I said, 5-ish minutes. I do need to be out at 9, so that's my only thing tonight, because bam, so Grumps has it first. Jamie Lynn Parks, I see you. You're going to be up second. So as soon as Grumps comes in, again, you don't have to turn the camera on if you want to. Obviously, you can, but I want to keep it to 5 minutes, just so I can watch White Lotus with my wife. So we have 29 more minutes. That's plenty of time for a few of these phone calls. And like I said, I don't have the answers. That's why I'm so happy that some of you guys are jumping in at this chance right now. I also want to bring up some more of these chats until I hear the boop that old Grump is joining. Not old Grump, well, Grumps. Heaven, old Grumpy. Let's see, where are we going? Oh, Side 9, thank you for being here, buddy. Happy Sunday. Highly articulate. Being okay with stealing from big corporations is the same as being okay with breaking into a big house because they don't use the whole house. They paid for the right to not use something. That's fair. All right, here we go. I love this. Grumps, my man, how you doing?
Jimbo, what's up, man?
Oh, so lay it on me. What should we what do we do as a, like, I mean, not that we have to make any, you this is your floor.
Thank you. I mean, I think you said it earlier. A couple of people said it. Or I think Ray Paz said it. I know I was saying it. You know, listen, it's you're stealing somebody's IP when you're
Yeah.
doing this. I There's much bigger problems in the world than that. For me personally, right?
Oh,
Like,
sure, sure.
and you know that we spoke about that in private.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and the companies don't go after these people because they'd be litigating this sort of thing to no end.
Right.
It's just impossible to stomp out every ant, let's say, in
Yeah, yeah.
existence.
Right.
Um, I commented on Kevin's reel, like you got to charge it to the game. You're
Hmm.
doing something that you probably shouldn't be doing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not judging the guy. I support creators like that all the time. We all buy
Yeah.
head sculpts and things like that.
Of
But should
course.
they be doing that? No, obviously not. They shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, um, I don't know, did CT go to his Patreon and buy the sculpt and then, modify it and then
Mm.
sell it or whatever they did?
Right.
Um, like I said to Kevin, you gotta charge it to the game. It's not cool. Of
Yeah.
course, it's not
Right.
cool, but you know,
Yeah, I guess yeah, you're right. You are right. I mean, we're back into the two wrongs don't make a right kind of thing, right?
no,
Like,
no,
but
no,
like,
no.
but
Yeah,
like, yeah. So I guess when you trail the whole thing down, and then it goes into maybe bigger conversations about like what these corporations are charging for these licenses. Like, what if
yeah,
something was more manageable for a little guy to make officially licensed stuff?
yeah.
But
I
but
mean,
like we all get priced out, right? Like,
like me and you, are East Coast guys. I'm New York City guy. Like,
yeah,
drug dealers not going to the cops saying somebody stole my drugs.
right.
Like, dude, uh, it's
That's
like
true.
first thing I thought is, what are you doing, bro? Like, you already stole this. Like, now you're complaining somebody stole it. You stole. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro.
No, that's a really good point, man.
And
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 like
I'm not saying it
yeah,
doesn't suck, Yimbo,
right.
like it does for
Yeah.
that guy. And
I mean, no, if anything, maybe he's gotten a little boost in terms of, like, maybe this
yeah,
is like, no, this bad publicity turned into like eyeballs on his
yeah,
page and
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
more on his Patreon. And look, I'm talking about, I didn't I think I just followed this guy this
Okay.
weekend in discovering, and hearing all of this. So I mean, again, it's
Um,
beautiful artwork. This sculpting is insane. Like, again, this dude should
dude,
be hired by a company.
I hate to say this, but when you were scrolling through his head sculpts, I saw a Robin head sculpt. It's like,
Look
damn, I
good.
gotta buy
Yeah. I know, I
that.
know.
Let me throw in one more thing.
Of course.
I bought the CT Toys Amazing Spider-Man. I guess it's
Yeah.
the first Mayfix figure
Hmm.
ever. It's I don't know, it's super expensive now on eBay.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, I bought it recently from AliExpress. It was $20, whatever.
Hmm.
It's okay. It's good. I would prefer the quality, me personally, quality of an actual Mayfix. So, but this was
Hmm.
something I would have to pay a lot of money for, and it's not
Right.
something I could walk into a store and buy today. So that's why I did it, just to try CT Toys. But I don't, I buy third party stuff. You guys know that.
Sure. Yeah. Well,
I don't have anything against somebody that does like the CT Toys or whatever.
like, dude, I just focused in on the Tiger Stripe Wolverine because that's the
Yeah,
guy that just came in for me this weekend. You know, it took the month or so to finally get here.
yeah,
So like I said, I'm not coming from a place of judging. Like
yeah,
I this is a guy that would have cost. I missed the reissue. It would have cost me an arm and a leg. It wouldn't have been worthwhile. And it was like a hey, all right, let me just. I know I like the brand. So I gotta. But yeah, I just feel like it's something that it's worth thinking about at least. And at the end of the day, yeah, maybe the biggest. I mean, honestly, it's the people that have the money and the power that can help make decisions to
yeah,
alleviate this type of stuff. You know, like again, I
absolutely.
STL like should based on those sculpt work and really digging into his account could easily be hired by Gentle Giant. You know what I mean? Like there's like the
Yeah, yeah.
sculpting is crazy. So um but yeah, dude, the Grumps, I appreciate you calling in, man. This
Oh,
is
thank you
awesome.
for having me, and I appreciate it. You know I'm a huge fan of yours.
Yeah,
So
this is awesome, man. So thank you so much. I know we got Jamie Lynn Parks coming up next.
awesome.
So hell yeah. All right,
All right,
Grumps.
hand it off to
I'll see you
Jamie
in the
Lynn.
I'll see you in the chat, buddy.
You got it. All right.
All right, bye. I love this. All right. And while I wait for Jamie Lynn to pop backstage, let's see. Ooh, I'm not even. I'd love to visit though. Oh, I would call, but I'm not. Oh, all right, right. We'll get you. We'll get you. We'll get you. All right. Let's see. Highly posable. Yeah, he did straight up. Hey, there's my brother. What's going on, Mike? How you doing? If only there's once. That's true. KJ, of course, my friends. Let's see. Then this is what I'm saying. Then it does. It becomes that slippery, slippery slope. Yep. Then I would have to. And again, that's why I'm not taking a big moral stance. I'm just again, I really based on that Grumps call, and it's true because like if it wasn't, I mean, how much could that license be? And I get it, but like maybe there should be an avenue or something opened up through Marvel, through so whatever, to be able to have one of the a small business be able to actually license something like this. I think that'd be so cool. Josh said fan art rules get a little interesting. Exactly, that's where you start getting into it. And right, no, I appreciate that, man. That's why again I want the conversation. Yeah, it's reality. It's true. Omega Weapon 13, this is something people can never stop. If people try stopping it, someone is going to start a new one. More toys, more problems. Stick it up. Oh, yeah, let's see. No, you're just trying to justify. I'm just saying, no. And like I said, he was ultimately, yeah, like when it comes to all of this stuff, it is very, very murky because of the quote unquote legality of things. Because fan art is a whole nother beast. But anyway, we have Jamelin Parks about to join us. This is so cool. What's going on, Jamelin? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Dude, thank you so much for calling, quote unquote, calling in. I appreciate it. So, what are you thinking? You have a story for us?
Yeah, hold on. So, sorry, I had
It's
to
okay.
I had to mute my TV.
All right, no worries.
And I was a little thrown off by the delay. All right, so I'm trying to be careful of how I say this.
Okay.
So, I just had an anecdote for you more so than anything. It's no answers, more questions.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
So, I was in a situation at work where one of our designers found something on Instagram.
Okay.
And it was like a piece of art that someone did, and it was like it was like our IP
Ooh.
in a mashup with another license.
Okay.
And he showed, like, we presented it like, oh, this is a cool idea, like, and so we showed it to, like, the buyers, the powers that be.
Yeah,
like,
the brass, the brass.
It's like, wouldn't it be cool to do something like this? Like, yeah, this guy had a good idea, and it's like, did he have permission? Like, why did he do? Who is this? Do you know this person? It's like, oh no, but maybe we could hire him or as a freelancer or get a contract or something, and like we should do this if you guys think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And so they molded over, whatever. And we're like, yeah, we think that's an awesome idea. It's great. It's like, okay, so how do you want to go about doing it? Well, you guys draw it. Just you guys do it. And it's like, oh, but like this is his art, so he doesn't own it. And it's like, all right. So we did it, and the other license, we actually had the license that he matched it up with.
Okay.
So we did it. Then he started posting crap on social media about us ripping him off, and like oh, they stole my idea, and look at this company is and like trying to slander us. We had to send him a cease and desist. But it's like he stole 2 licenses that he didn't have permission to.
Yeah.
He was making money. He was selling it, making money off of it.
Yeah.
And it was kind of innocent. Like we were like, oh, this is cool. But then when we did it, and I'm not saying, like, me personally, I'm not proud of the fact that, like, oh, the little guy got the shaft, but it's kind of like, dude, maybe you should be quiet and keep selling your Etsy stuff.
Yeah.
Because these other 2 big companies now know that you exist,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. And you're right. That's just the moral ambiguity of that whole situation. Like, you're right. I guess that's just like, I don't know. I don't have an answer. I guess I wish we were just all nicer to each other.
Yeah.
I guess, ultimately, I don't know, man. Is it, we got to stop putting, I mean, not that we do this, but the profits over people type of thing. Like, is that what we're doing at this point? Because I think that our community, and just in general, whatever the community is around, whatever products, like, if you have people inspired to make art and then have the bravery to like post it online, and like, because they're putting their stuff out there, it would be nice. Yeah, I don't know, man. That stinks. I don't know what else to tell you. What do you? Yeah, I guess there is no other good answer. Like, where do you fall on the whole? Like, do you just dabble? Do you pick any of these guys up, these CTs or whatever else is out there?
I mean, and having worked in the toy industry, like, I don't know, it doesn't really affect me directly that much. Like, I don't feel that like slighted,
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
And then again, like, you look at these characters, they belong to Marvel / Disney and whoever, and I'm not saying like, oh, it's okay to do it because it's a big company and they can afford it, but it's a big company and they can afford it. You're not really taking any money, like any sales away from them. Right. But like with the Mafex thing, I love Mafex, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I like their stuff a lot, and I hadn't bought any knockoffs or anything like that until all this CT talk with the Brown Suit Wolverine, because I've been waiting years for the reissue.
Me too.
Yeah. And I mean, long story short, I got it. I love it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need the reissue when it comes out, but that's kind of, in my opinion, that's their loss, because I was patiently waiting. I wasn't looking for a bootleg, and it's like, well, I'll try this. And then a couple weeks ago, I also bought the Venom.
Oh, nice.
The Revoltech Venom.
Okay.
Yeah. I messed with it. I haven't really, like, I took it out of the box and put it back in. But I like what I only mess with it a little bit. I kind of liked it. Okay. But I don't have too many. I just have those 2 and that Spider-Verse 2099.
Yeah. But that was also, see, that it's like, that head sculpt. The extra head sculpt. Yeah.
Actually, I take it back. That's not a bootleg. That's I paid for the SH Figure Arts.
Okay.
But when the bootleg came out, when everybody was getting it, I was kind of like, oh man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's, what we're all kind of getting at. I mean, again, is do what people are going to do what they're going to do and make themselves, and make this, if you need to do it, I get it. Maybe it's not that big a deal in the toy space, but it is something to maybe just consider in all things in life is trying to think of the people behind whatever the things are, right? Like there's always got to come back to the people and try to make sure that their concerns are paramount. I guess the humanity of the situation, I guess, is as for whatever it is,
It's, I don't know, like someone said, it's murky.
It is super murky, and that's I think maybe this is why people don't. I mean, that's why I'm proud of all of us right here and in chat. I'm gonna catch up on you guys too, because we're having the conversation. We're trying to swim the murky waters, and I feel like it's something that maybe doesn't necessarily happen all the time from what I see. So I just appreciate that all of us are willing to discuss it, and just to be aware of the different things and the players involved,
Yeah.
But so yeah, maybe so STL, like maybe he's gonna help himself out with this maybe some extra attention, but hopefully it's the good attention for him ultimately, with rattle in the cage a little bit.
Yeah.
Otherwise maybe that your anecdote will also strike. Who knows?
It'll hopefully it'll, like you said, it'll bring more attention to him. I never heard of him, or I wasn't familiar with him until now. And just like Grumps, when you were scrolling through, I was like, oh man, those are
really
pretty amazing.
Yeah. You get like 9 of them a month. I just don't have a printer and I can't paint for the life of my
Yeah, right.
But oh man. Well, Jay Millen, this is awesome, dude. If you ever want to do another future, like you do some more of this, man, I would love to have more talks with you. This is awesome, dude.
Right on. Yeah, I don't want to keep you. I know you probably got others, but yeah, this was cool.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. And
yeah. Love you, dude.
I'll retreat so back to the chat.
You're the best. All right. Thank you. Yes, we were going to do this again. I love it. All right. Have a good rest of your night, buddy.
You too, man. Later.
Oh, I'm having such a blast. You guys are awesome. All right. Let's see what our wonderful chat is saying. You guys, I know NPCs have rights. I know this. Highly articulated. Come on. Do you not see the mutants and the X-Men sign? Come on. What else do I have to do? Let's see. Right pass. At the end of the day, if it isn't coming from the company, it really isn't licensed. I think some people make accessories that are adjacent or work well. That's true. There we go. Mutants Wilgan. Certainly a Canadian mutant is constantly seen in Yimbonia. Yes, I am, again, fan of all people and fandoms. Highly posable. This STLC guy sculpted the file, regardless of the subject. That is also, again, part of this murkiness. There was his level of artistry and effort and time. It was something that was commissioned by another collector and did not create it to be distributed. That, yeah, companies won't bother suing because it's a waste of their time. That's true. Ooh, you know what? That would be awesome. Yeah, well, yeah, first of all, you're coming on with us, buddy. Quit. That's, you know what? As we start our final 10-minute countdown here, tomorrow on the TPC Top 10 with the Toy Daddies, highly articulate, we're going to be discussing zombies and Kickstarters. So, silly. Man, Beast Boy, it's a whole pool of gray. It's from the customized who didn't license, who got taken by another unlicensed CC should just throw him a check. It's true. Oh, KJ, you coming? Wait, let's see. Did you ask? Let's see. If you want to hit me up, KJ, we'll wrap this up with you, buddy. Rel says, I recently got the CT brown suit Wolverine because I didn't want to pay the second market. Agreed. You see, these are both KOs. And I was happy with it, then got a CT Miles and wasn't that happy with it. Yeah. Again, like, I wonder if that, at least for me, like, these turned out way better. I will say I snapped this shoulder pad and I had to glue it with my, like, this is the best stuff ever, plastic surgery over on Amazon. This stuff really is, like, perfect for toy stuff. So it's on there, but I can't rotate it now. So I did lose that rotation and I did have to fix it a second time. So this side, you know, still gets the rotation there up and down, but you got to be careful. That's something I learned this weekend. Let's see. Check out Valor's video on this topic. It was good. He does not like bootlegs or things that are adjacent to license. That's his stance. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I've been checking out. Bobby's putting out some interesting topics for videos, and you know, like it again. As somebody who's been making toys for literally as long as I've been teaching, I feel like we're probably the same age because you're talking about like 20, 25 years and whatever it is in toys. So yeah, I mean, the guy knows his stuff. That is for sure. Ray Paz, I'm gonna get the bootlegs when I can support small artists, and that's true too. Like we are, and that's what I love about everybody here, that I know and people that watch that. Like again, our friends from the community, we go above and beyond to support our friends, and not just friends, but small creators, independent creators, and it's like again why I think that the toy community at large is the best of humanity. And again, like as a whole, as a group, I've never heard anywhere else in the world that is as supportive and mutually supportive and just people looking out for each other and helping. It's just like, again, it warms my heart every single day. Art G, how you doing, man? Highly posable. He couldn't have purchased the file. It was a private commission. Ooh, it's never shared with patrons. See, this is the insider scoop. Or not insider, but you know more of that. That's interesting. They generally go after fan art. That's true. He's old school artist though. He doesn't even like people customizing figs he made. Oh, he wants as the artist intended. See, now that's where. Okay, I get it, but why would again someone being so inspired to take something and put their own spin? I think that's really awesome. But again, everybody has different opinions. I get it. So we can, Bobby, I'm sure that's not the only thing Bobby and I will disagree on. Also, the sculpts can be transformative. Very true. But now we were talking mass production. And that's like, again, not one of our small guys out there plugging away, just trying to, have a side hustle, just trying to make a little ends meet. Yeah, it is on a much larger scale. Ray says, like people like Adam don't want people messing with their IP. I would never buy a bootleg of anything Wade, Adam, or Jason make because I know them. That's true. Here's Sir Trevor. Independent artists that sell small amounts of sculpts are overlooked by copyright holders usually. A company mass producing a figure that they stole completely is way worse. Friendspiration. Hey, there is friends. I mean, like that's. I feel like also that's my way of trying to credit. Hey, I literally posted a reel that was just to shout out every single person that in this current iteration, and like I have, again, I have a post up, I did in my broadcast channel of my ramen stand, but in my 78 dio. But yeah, I try to constantly shout out our small businesses, dial makers, creators all the time. That's all I want to do is help people out. Let's see, STL, it was, let me just get back to that real quick. Here we go. Just so you know. There you go, man. Beast Boy, STL Custom Collections. Devin Steer, thanks for being here. I'm sorry again, guys. I'm gonna tap out at 9, but I will be back again with the Toy Daddies tomorrow at 9 p.m. We have, we'll probably, I'm sure it'll be more of a 2-hour stream with Adam, just again talking all things toy photography and Kickstarters. Let's see. Great pads. The CT quality is really good. Outside of that one shoulder pad, and that was just because it's so tiny. It's such a tiny little peg. Everything else about these are really great. And the thing that is like crazy too, that's like kind of bumming me out about this, is because when I saw the Helverine, I was like, that's awesome. That looks so great. Like the 2 head sculpts. And then the capper is now they're giving us the regular, like basically these brown, where is it? The brown suit claws. I like these claws so much better. This is my official Mafex X-Force Wolverine with those claws. But these 90 super long pokey ones are not my favorite part about this figure. It's not that I dislike them, but I prefer the brown suit. They're giving us that claw, like the blue paint, like they're doing, like it's a nice little thing that they're throwing in there. And I guess for anybody that saw Inside Out 2, adult emotions are complex. Oh, they just are. All right. Jukebox Hero. What's up, man? Forgot about the time. Oh, the time change. That's right. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, yeah, it was. I hate the time change. I just hate it. Nameless Void 53. I'm confused when people say third party and bootleg are the same thing. Oh, they were definitely not. Third party is original sculpt and articulation, even called by new names, while bootleg is a copy of an official product. Yeah, even that alone. Like I said, third party. I don't really pull into this conversation because it's a legality. It's a licensing. That's to me still, because again, we're crossing, we're talking about these imaginary sovereign lines that we've made for ourselves over the earth, you know, like that's, and then how we want to hold each other accountable. So that's like a different thing. So I agree. I don't put these two together. How does one call in? I'm gonna open this. So guys, if you enjoyed that, again, I mean, like, I love that. I will absolutely open this, like, we'll start doing this more on Sunday nights. I will definitely fire away. Right now I was just doing the StreamYard thing, so because I know my wife is going to be sitting there waiting for me in 3 minutes to start that show, I will just, I'm just trying to get through the rest. But Trevor, I would love this. Plus, we also need to stream again, Trev. I miss you. It's been a while since we hung out with Wade on the stream, and we should talk in a good way. Because again, the dragon, we got dragon conversations. I know you're going to be talking about things until the end of April. Let's see. That's a 1-900. That's great. You'll never get in contact with anyone I've tried. Oh, you guys. Right, Jamie Lynn's voice. Oh, so good to have him on. Captain McKay, what's going on, dude? I hope you had a great weekend as well. Dre Paz. I know you make something. Again, no offense. I know. We're not trying to do. We know. This is why this is the safe place. We are in the trust tree. We're in the trust tree. We're in the circle of trust in Yimbonia, the trust tree. So yes, we're all here. Judgment-free zone. And I hope I got Jamie Lynn. That's how I've been saying it forever. I remember asking him phonetically in the chat. I should have had, you're right. I'm sorry. I wouldn't buy stuff they stole from you either, Josh. There you go. CT should cut him some slack. So the Thieves Guild stays solid, right? That's kind of what honor among thieves, at least at the end of the day. I mean, like, they're still like, yes, thank you for bringing that up. That makes me so happy. He said you could hit him up on the IG. Let's see. Oh, Rumatoy's in the house. How you doing, Frankie boy? All right. I'm just scrolling down. Highly Posable has been doing sculpts for us for a couple of years now. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, see, I didn't even realize that. That is fantastic. Let's see. Replica items have their place in all things. The cost of goods is ridiculous. If you buy a rep, own it. Don't pass it off as real. There you go. Otherwise, just do you. We're here for a good time, not a long time. There you go. That's true, Mikey boy. Let's see. You're so away on and Grumps. Oh, my friend, I still need my own version of a pew pew. But I will just say thank you so much for gifting these memberships. How do I do it? Does it just like pop in? Oh, he's in. There we go. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Thank you so much, Grumps. You are fantastic, man. Wait. You guys are too funny. All right. Just want to make the distinction between artists doing commissions and limited runs versus a company using loopholes and location to infringe on copyrights. Also, that's a good point. It's so murky, but I feel like we swam. We made in a pool of murk. Like if we have an Olympic pool, I feel like we dove in. We got a quarter of the way down. We still got to like hit the wall and come back. So, you know, again, I really enjoyed this conversation, guys, and I'm definitely looking to have more of these. No, I know, man, that it is, but again, then we're dealing with that type of stuff. I'm not trying to say it's right, just equating. I know. Maybe not legally, yeah. Oh, thank you, Jay. Oh, yeah, all right, good. Yay. All right. Oh, mature. Gonna be headed out, guys. But man, this has been. Let me just bring this down. It's truly, you guys are so special. Like this was an amazing. You know it. You can feel it. I would love to go like 3 hours today on this. But man, I know. Gotta keep the missus happy, and now she's I know waiting for him. She could hit play now, and I know the ads are gonna start rolling. So I better get up there soon. But just again, remind you guys that tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, we can continue this conversation. Maybe there. I don't know. We have a lot of cool stuff to talk about original IPs, original creators, trying to chase a dream. So that's going to be tomorrow night. So Toy Pick Community, top 10, celebration, friendship, smiles. And then Wednesday, you guys know, Between Two Sentinels. And then, yeah, we got Highly Posable with KJ, and that's tomorrow. That's Barely Posable. I love it. I love it. So many good shows. Trev, I know Trev's been hitting the ground talking about that beautiful, beautiful dragon. We didn't even get to talk about that tonight. I didn't even get to tell you guys about this. I finally opened it. I picked up a Roboforce from Nacelle. Well, now I'm just yelling. So a lot more stuff to talk about, guys. What a great evening. So yes, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Getting the banner going. Oh, not the banner. Getting the that outro. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe and the bell and all the things. You're the best. I truly appreciate all of you hanging out live, sharing your thoughts, listening to me, and listening to me talk about toys. And again, if you catch the replay, you guys are the best. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday night. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.